Jensen Huang is making a big bet on the next phase of the AI boom. Nvidia and 6 of Wall Street's biggest firms are joining forces to mobilize more than $500 billion for new AI data centers. And the group argues AI systems are no longer just technology. They are revenue-generating assets that can be financed and sold to investors like other major infrastructure projects. Let's go live now to William Cohan, founding partner at Puck. William, thank you so much for your time to help us make sense of this as well, because this all just sounds like gibberish to me. So Jensen Huang calls AI infrastructure a new asset class. Do you agree with that assessment?
Well, we have spent so much money already on data centers, on AI, companies involved in AI. Their stock market valuations have soared in Nvidia itself, which of course is a huge supplier of chips to the artificial intelligence industry, has a market cap now of more than $5 trillion. Unfortunately, Wall Street has a tendency to really get into excess mode and hype mode, and this is an example of that, to be honest. It harks back to me about what Wall Street did to push mortgage-backed securities leading up to the 2008 financial crisis, when Wall Street firms literally vertically integrated to be able to provide mortgages, write mortgages, and then finance mortgages, package them up into mortgage-backed securities and sell them off, and keep some of what they couldn't sell on their balance sheet and use that to finance their own cash needs on a daily basis, resulted in disaster, as we all know. So now we've got $500 billion coming out of essentially the private credit market to finance Nvidia's construction now of new data centers, as if there aren't already enough data centers. It's really hard to understand what all this capital is going for. It's sort of this amorphous idea of more data centers, new data centers, got to have data centers. And it just doesn't really make sense at the moment. No one is really articulating what all this capital is going for and why, and whether, as Jensen Huang says, it'll actually pay off in terms of profits for these companies, which have these huge valuations already.
Yeah, William, actually, that brings us to our next question, because some analysts are warning of an AI bubble. So does this financing push by Nvidia and then Wall Street increase the risk, and should investors be concerned about it?
You know, again, my gut tells me that we're, the AI, we're way ahead of our skis on AI in terms of, it's become almost kind of like a space race, where all these companies are competing. They have to build these data centers. They have to have these chips. They have to create the AI, which we're all going to use. And is it even going to put us out of jobs? I mean, it's just not clear how all this capital is being used and why it's so essential to have it now. So my gut tells me it is a bubble. We're getting way ahead of ourselves in our skis here. It's akin to what happened with the build out of the internet infrastructure back 25 years ago, when all these companies were created to build out that infrastructure. And then, yes, the infrastructure is valuable, but most of those companies that did that went bankrupt. Now, is we going to see something similar here? It's not clear. It's also not clear what the revenue model is for all this AI that people are supposedly using. So I don't know. It's fishy to me, but Wall Street loves a hype machine, and this is an example of that.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way, but obviously still a lot of question marks about this. And I think it's fair to say that data centers, we are hearing about that a lot recently. Does this mean we're going to see even more data centers being built right at a time when so many communities are actually pushing back on their impact on power, water, and even local infrastructure?
And it's become a political issue with the November midterm elections coming up. A lot of communities are very upset about data centers, and a lot of candidates are running against them. But if you're spending another $500 billion and getting that financing from the big Wall Street firms to build out more data centers, sounds to me like we're going to get more data centers. And I'm not sure that's what the public wants yet, because we just haven't seen what the effect of the ones that they've already committed to is going to be.
Good point. William Cohan, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.